After the age of 60, it's common to experience new aches and pains that seem to appear out of nowhere. Your joints may feel stiff in the morning, your energy might dip earlier in the day, or you may notice that your memory and focus aren't what they used to be. What many seniors don't realize is that one invisible culprit may be behind all of these issues: chronic inflammation. Unlike acute inflammation, the kind you get when you sprain an ankle or catch a cold, chronic inflammation works silently in the background. Over time, it wears down your body, affecting your heart, your brain, your joints, and even your immune system. And here's the surprising part. One of the most powerful tools to fight chronic inflammation isn't in your medicine cabinet. It's in your kitchen. Today's video is all about using food as medicine. Specifically, the top 5 anti-inflammatory foods that every senior should eat every single day. These are natural, accessible, and backed by science. And the best part? You don't need to be a chef to use them. We'll walk through each food in detail, what makes it so powerful, how it helps your body, and the easiest ways to include it in your meals. By the end of this video, you'll have a daily anti-inflammatory plan that supports your joints, protects your heart, boosts your memory, and helps you feel better from the inside out. If you're finding this video helpful so far, and you care about feeling better, thinking clearer, and aging naturally, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us reach more people just like you, and share simple, science-backed tips that make a big difference after 60. Now, let's take a closer look at what inflammation really is, and why it's such a serious threat to senior health. So what exactly is inflammation, and why does it matter so much as we age? Inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection. When you cut your finger or catch a cold, your immune system triggers inflammation to help you heal. That's called acute inflammation. And it's a good thing. But chronic inflammation is different. It happens when your body stays in a constant, low-level state of alert. This silent fire can burn inside you for years, often without obvious symptoms, slowly damaging your tissues and organs. And after age 60, the risk of chronic inflammation rises, even if you feel relatively healthy. Here's why it's dangerous. Chronic inflammation has been linked to nearly every major age-related condition, including heart disease, type 2, diabetes, arthritis, Alzheimer's, and other forms of dementia, cancer, autoimmune disorders. It can also worsen everyday symptoms like fatigue, joint pain, weight gain, memory issues, and even poor sleep. You might feel a little more tired than usual. Your knees might swell up in the evening. Or you might find it harder to concentrate or remember names. These are all quiet signals that inflammation may be at work. The good news? You have more control than you think. One of the most effective and safest ways to lower chronic inflammation is through your daily food choices. Certain foods trigger inflammation. Others fight it. And next, we'll show you exactly which foods belong on your plate every single day to help your body cool that fire. Starting with one of the most powerful plant foods on Earth, leafy greens. Let's begin with a simple but powerful group of plants, leafy greens. We're talking about vegetables like spinach kale, Swiss chard, arugula, collard greens. These humble greens are absolutely packed with nutrients that fight inflammation at the cellular level. First, they're rich in vitamin K, which helps regulate inflammatory responses in the body and supports bone and cardiovascular health, both of which are essential after 60. They also provide magnesium, a mineral that many older adults are deficient in. Magnesium is crucial for calming the nervous system, lowering blood pressure, and keeping inflammation in check. And let's not forget about folate, fiber, and a wide range of antioxidants, all of which support healthy digestion, detoxification, and reduced joint pain. In fact, studies show that people who eat more leafy greens have lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker of chronic inflammation in the blood. But beyond the science, leafy greens are also low in calories, easy to prepare, and incredibly versatile. Here are a few easy ways to enjoy them every day. Add a handful of spinach or kale to your morning smoothie. Sauté greens with olive oil and garlic as a side dish. Mix arugula into your salads for a peppery boost. Stir chopped greens into soups or scrambled eggs. Even just 1 cup per day can make a difference. And if raw salads aren't your thing, don't worry. Lightly steaming or wilting your greens makes them easier to chew and digest, especially for sensitive stomachs or dental issues. Leafy greens may not seem flashy, but they are quiet warriors in your fight against inflammation. Next, we'll sweeten things up with a food that's as delicious as it is powerful. Berries. Now, let's talk about something a little sweeter. Berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries. No matter which you choose, these little fruits are some of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods on the planet. Why? Because they're packed with polyphenols, natural plant compounds that fight oxidative stress, lower inflammation, and protect your cells from damage. Berries are especially rich in anthocyanins, which give them their vibrant red, blue, and purple colors. These compounds have been shown to lower blood pressure, improve memory and brain function, reduce muscle soreness and joint swelling, enhance immune response. In fact, research from Harvard shows that older adults who eat more berries have slower rates of cognitive decline and better overall brain health. Berries are also low on the glycemic index, meaning they don't spike your blood sugar the way many other sweet foods do. A major plus for seniors watching their glucose levels. Here's how you can add them to your day. Toss a handful into your morning oatmeal or yogurt. Blend into smoothies with spinach and flaxseed. Enjoy them fresh as a snack or dessert. Use frozen berries for convenience and year-round nutrition. Frozen berries are just as nutritious as fresh, and often more affordable. Just make sure they're unsweetened and without added syrups. Pro tip: pair berries with a bit of healthy fat, like nuts or Greek yogurt, to improve absorption of antioxidants and keep you full longer. Berries are delicious, versatile, and packed with disease-fighting nutrients. And they're easy to love, which means you'll actually stick with them. Up next, we'll dive into a food that swims and delivers serious joint, heart, and brain protection: fatty fish. Now let's talk about one of the most well-researched anti-inflammatory foods out there: fatty fish. Fatty fish include salmon, sardines, mackerel, trout, herring. These fish are loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA, which have been shown to lower inflammation throughout the body, especially in the heart, joints, and brain. For seniors, omega-3s are crucial. They can help reduce joint stiffness and pain in conditions like arthritis, improve heart health by lowering triglycerides and blood pressure, enhance brain function, and slow age-related cognitive decline, support eye health, and reduce dry eye symptoms. Multiple studies show that people who eat fatty fish at least twice a week have lower levels of inflammatory markers and better protection against chronic diseases. If you're not a fan of fish, don't worry. You can still get omega-3s from ground flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts. Algae-based omega-3 supplements, great for vegetarians and vegans. But if you can include real fish, even once or twice a week, you'll be doing your body a huge favor. Here are some easy ideas. Baked salmon with lemon and herbs, sardines on whole grain toast, trout with steamed greens, mackerel salad with olive oil and chopped vegetables. And remember, wild-caught is often better than farm-raised, as it typically contains more nutrients and fewer contaminants. If you're concerned about mercury, opt for smaller fish like sardines or trout. They tend to have lower levels than large fish like tuna. Fatty fish is a powerful, delicious way to reduce inflammation and nourish your body from head to toe. Next, we'll crunch into a group of tiny foods that pack a big anti-inflammatory punch. Nuts and seeds. Small but mighty, nuts and seeds are some of the most underrated anti-inflammatory foods, and they deserve a daily place on every senior's plate. These include almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds. What makes them so powerful? First, they're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, especially walnuts, chia, and flax, which help lower systemic inflammation, reduce joint pain, and protect the heart. Second, they contain magnesium, a critical mineral for regulating blood pressure, balancing blood sugar, and calming overactive nerves, all of which become more important with age. Nuts and seeds also provide vitamin E, an antioxidant that protects cells from oxidative stress fiber, which supports gut health and reduces inflammation in the digestive tract protein to help maintain muscle mass and blood sugar balance. A 2021 study in the journal Nutrients found that adults over 60 who regularly consumed nuts had lower levels of inflammatory markers and better cardiovascular profiles. And here's the best part. Nuts and seeds are incredibly convenient. You can sprinkle them on oatmeal, yogurt, or salads. Blend them into smoothies. Add them to homemade granola. Keep a small bag of trail, mix in your purse or pocket for an on-the-go snack. Just be mindful of portion sizes. A small handful, about 1 ounce or 2 tablespoons, is plenty, especially if you're watching calories or digestion. And avoid nuts that are roasted in vegetable oil, covered in sugar or salt. Highly processed instead, choose raw or dry roasted nuts with no added ingredients. With their perfect mix of healthy fats, plant-based protein, and inflammation-fighting nutrients, nuts and seeds are tiny allies in your fight against chronic disease. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about 2 spices with a long history in traditional medicine: turmeric and ginger. These warming roots have been used for thousands of years in Indian and Asian cultures to treat pain, digestive issues, and inflammation. And modern science confirms their power. Let's start with turmeric. Its main active compound is called curcumin, a bright yellow antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent that has been shown in studies to reduce joint pain and swelling in arthritis sufferers, improve insulin sensitivity and blood sugar levels, support brain health and protect against age-related decline, reduce systemic inflammation throughout the body. The key with turmeric is bioavailability. Curcumin is hard to absorb on its own, but when combined with black pepper, which contains piperine, absorption increases by up to 2,000%. Now let's talk ginger. Ginger contains a compound called gingerol, which has powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. It's especially helpful for nausea and digestive discomfort, joint stiffness and muscle soreness, circulation and immune support. Together, turmeric and ginger create a natural inflammation-fighting duo that's safe, affordable, and easy to use daily. Here are some practical ideas. Add both to a cup of warm water with lemon for a morning tonic. Brew fresh slices into herbal tea. Mix into soups, stews, or smoothies. Take as a supplement. Look for turmeric with black pepper extract. You don't need much. Even 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric or 1 gram of fresh ginger can make a difference over time. And for seniors who don't want to rely solely on pills or painkillers, these roots can offer real, lasting relief, especially when combined with the other foods we've discussed. You've made it to the end, and by now, you understand just how powerful your daily food choices can be. Let's quickly recap the top 5 anti-inflammatory foods every senior should eat daily. Leafy greens, rich in vitamin K, magnesium, and antioxidants, berries, packed with polyphenols and brain-protecting compounds. Fatty fish, loaded with omega-3s that reduce joint, heart, and brain inflammation. Nuts and seeds, small but mighty sources of fiber, healthy fats, and minerals. Turmeric and ginger, ancient spices that soothe inflammation naturally. These 5 foods form a powerful foundation for senior wellness. But how do you turn this information into real-life action? Here's a simple 3-step daily routine you can follow starting tomorrow. Morning, warm lemon water with 1/2 teaspoon. Turmeric and a dash of black pepper green smoothie with spinach, berries, flaxseed, and almond milk. Light stretching or walk to get circulation going. Afternoon lunch with a serving of wild salmon or sardines, side of sautéed leafy greens, handful of walnuts or pumpkin seeds for a snack. Evening herbal tea with ginger and honey. Light dinner with whole foods and a rainbow of colors. Reflect, stretch, and rest. You don't have to overhaul your diet overnight. Start with one food, then add another. Let it become routine. The power of anti-inflammatory eating is not in intensity. It's in consistency. And remember, this isn't about restriction. It's about nourishment, longevity, and giving your body what it truly needs to heal, thrive, and age with grace. Before we go, if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more natural health guidance just like this. Take care, eat well, and we'll see you in the next one.